This season of Meet in the Middle is sponsored by PopSpecs.
They're the eyewear brand changing the game. You walk in, choose your frames, and get prescription lenses in just 20 minutes.
Which is quicker than it actually takes us to start recording this podcast.
And the best bit?
What's the best bit, Jake?
The price won't destroy your bank balance. They've got plenty of styles, so you're not stuck with boring glasses.
Visit pop-specs.com or visit one of their UK stores.
PopSpecs, changing the way you buy eyewear.
Yes, guys, what's everyone saying? Make sure you catch me on this week's episode of Meet in the Middle podcast, where I've been speaking all things TikTok, building life, stories behind the scenes, and a couple little secrets that you might want to know. I had a big injury to my face when I was 6 years old, which resulted in my nose bone basically coming out of my nose.
Who would play you in a movie?
His name is... don't know, he's from...
Game of Thrones?
Sorry! Jesus Christ!
Are you making some good money from TikTok right now?
I'll be quite transparent with the TikTok earnings schemes.
Jesus, he's falling around the gaff.
Do you think I come up the lagging on a bubble?
I know where I'm putting Daddy's sauce.
Hang on, can I submit my confession?
Welcome back to Meet in the Middle podcast. Yes, it's the podcast where British and Irish banter collide, bringing you chaotic laughs, bizarre confessionals, and a whole lot of questionable life advice. This week, we're bringing you something special. You're joined by me, Danny, the utterly fabulous gay one living by the sea in Hastings, bringing you all the words you've ever wondered about, and of course, not forgetting the minge. We've also got Rachel, Belfast's candlelit karaoke queen, always bouncing on a trampoline, always singing Rivalry, and always drinking like the bar's about to close forever. And we have Jake, Nottingham's slow motion driver, with a Bovril in hand and Baxter in the passenger seat. Funniest bloke you'll meet, but Tinder still isn't buying it. And we've got James, Dublin's human pincushion with more piercings than personality. Fresh haircut every 2 weeks, a trip to Turkey, and still no one's boyfriend.
Aww.
And we've also got Squash, government name Joshua, but nobody's called him that since the womb. Twin brother, curly hair, and tradie turned viral influencer. He hates Tyrion Lannister jokes, but come on, you see it too.
Yes.
Yes.
I do see it.
Welcome.
Welcome, Squash.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for having me on, man. It's really exciting.
No worries.
No worries at all. So, as everyone's watching at home and heard, we've got a different voice and different person on the screen too. So this week, we're thrilled to be joined by a very special guest, TikTok sensation, Squash.
Woo! Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much, guys. It's
How
a
you
pleasure.
doing?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. Yeah, I've been good. I've just been finished building my own studio, which has been kind of taking up the majority of my past few weeks of time. But yeah, other than that, it's a really exciting time in my life, to be honest. Like, it's
Nice.
I just feel it's a bit surreal. I honestly still
bet.
have imposter syndrome. It's just a bit like, what has gone on in the past 8 months that I've started TikTok? It's wild.
8 months.
Wow,
I know, yeah.
Wow.
that's crazy.
It is, yeah, honestly. I didn't think it would. Like, I literally, when I started TikTok, I kind of thought, like, in my head, I wrote it down. I was like, within a year, I'll have 10,000 followers. And then we're 8 months in, and I've just hit 420K on TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, big
Wow.
420, yeah, big
That-
milestone. But
That reminds me of like Jim Carrey before he did, I think, was it Lawyer, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber. He
Yeah.
wrote himself a check for $1 million and put
Yeah.
a date on it. And he actually made $1 million from those 3 movies before that date came.
I love that story. Yeah, definitely. I was a big inspiration, like the whole manifestation thing. I'm not crazy on it, but with certain things, like with TikTok, I knew if I wanted to do this and kind of make a bit of a fool of myself on the internet and get the piss taken out of my friends, it at least needs to be good. So I was like, if I want to do it, I've got to fully commit. So I did. I spent a long time writing the whole plan out, and to my honest, complete shock, it actually worked.
Nice one, mate.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, so Squash, thanks for coming on again. And
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited.
No worries at all. So, but for any of our listeners who may not know you,
Mhm.
who is Squash? Tell us a bit
So,
about you.
Okay, so I am 23 years old. I worked on building sites since I was kind of 16 in a mix of other jobs. Just trying to kind of make something out of my life, to be honest. I've always wanted to kind of achieve more, not really crazy millions or anything, just more than I've had growing up, really. So I've always tried little side hustles and things. And the start of this year, I was working on a building site, and I was just bored of my life, really. I just wasn't really getting what I wanted out of life. So I thought something I've wanted to do for about 2 years was podcasting or social media influencer, or just something, just anything. And I finally picked my phone up and started filming some videos, and that was at the end of December last year, just coming up to New Year's Day is my 23rd birthday, so I was like, right, this year we're going to do something that's going to make me completely uncomfortable. And yeah, now I've quit my job 3 months ago. I'm adapting to life as a content creator, because that's one thing people don't warn you about, is the loneliness that comes with that, the boredom. It's like everyone's dream, like, I want to quit my job, and then you quit your job and it's like, okay,
And twiddling your fingers.
literally, mate. Yeah, what do I do? But yeah, definitely in a better place in my life than I have been previously, but there definitely are still, do you know what I mean, nothing's perfect. It doesn't matter what position you're in. I think you're still going to have issues and things to get on. Yeah, exactly, mate.
Life still goes. Life still 100%, happens.
100%, yeah.
Shit still happens.
Exactly. Everyone you see who's in a privileged position or on social media or a celebrity or a movie star, like, they're still just people that go through stuff, and so that's kind of who I am, really, just trying to make it. And yeah.
Do you want to tell us a bit about your early, like, growing up and a bit about your family?
Absolutely. So I was actually born in Dudley in the West Midlands.
Okay.
Big up West Midlands, man. Yeah,
I thought you said Dublin for a second there.
No, not Dublin. No.
Did you have a Dudley accent before?
I used to have a Dudley accent, yeah, but I purposely got rid of that. Oh, it's just terrible, isn't it? Like,
Dudley.
I love my family. Dudley, all right, mate. No, I'm sort of like that.
Right,
well, I can slip back into it if you want, mate. But
there we
I
go.
don't really like it. So yeah, my mum moved me and my twin brother here to Bournemouth when we were 6 years old. She works for Nationwide, and they just said, we're moving people to Bournemouth, and she put her hand up and said, yeah, get us out of here, man. So, to be fair, they moved us down.
That's the South Coast, isn't it?
Yeah, literally South Coast. Yeah, just next to, in between Portsmouth, next to Southampton, really. Lovely place. I moved here as a kid, and it was just like, what? Like, going from Dudley, like Tipton in Dudley, on just the massive council estate, and then you come to Bournemouth, and there's just gold beaches everywhere, and it is just beautiful here. So that was it. We moved here at 6. Went to primary school. Me and my twin brother. My mum fought for us to be in the same class the first year, just so we knew each other. And then after that, we went our own ways. Me and my brother, always been best friends growing up, but we've always had separate social groups, which I thought's really good, to be honest. We're completely unidentical twins, like crazy unalike.
Seen him in your videos.
Yeah, exactly. So we've always tried to be our own individual people, but growing up, like, I don't know what we would have done without each other, to be honest. It's been a bit of a rough old ride. Like, my mum, for a lot of it, was on her own, and then Mum and Dad got back together when I was about 11. Dad moved to Bournemouth with us, and then since then it's been great. But yeah, childhood, that's what I mean. We just grew up with my mum, just always renting. My mum never really had any money, and it was just like, I always said to her, like, one day I will do something to make some money and we'll buy you a house. And honestly, that's the reason I've done this.
Nice.
But,
do you know what, though, Squash? I love that, and I can relate, because I grew up on a council estate, single mum, 2 brothers, and like, you've done that. You've got to where you are now from nothing.
Yeah.
It's not been handed to you on a plate. You've grafted, you've worked, and, long may it bloody continue.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Yeah, it's just, I'm just so grateful for it. Like, yeah, it just blows my mind. Like, and they're both so supportive, my mum and dad. Like, every milestone I've hit, I'm like, they're first to be phoning me. Like, I remember I hit 10K. Just every little milestone I've hit, they've just been there. Even when I said I want to quit my job, they were just like, do it, go for it. And it's lovely to have that. But
is your mum your mummager?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. She does help a lot. Like, she normally tells me what not to post on social media and take that off and don't do this. And I'm like, yeah, fair enough. But I adore her. Yeah, this is all for her, really.
Is it just you and your brother, or have you got other siblings? Squash?
Nah, that's just it. Yeah, she was done at twins, mate. She got pregnant at 20, bless her. And she's only 4'10". Yeah, she was only 4'10". So twins at 4'10" at 20 years old, she had them, and she's
Jesus.
4'10" in height.
Yeah, she's 4'10". Yeah,
She was probably the same height as Wit when she was pregnant on YouTube.
Yeah, mate, honestly, literally was. It was like a watermelon, man. It just came out. It was crazy. Yeah, bless her, man. She's
Oh.
That's what I mean. She deserves a house after that.
So obviously your name is Joshua, right? And
My
then
name
you've got
is
the
Joshua,
nickname
yeah.
Squash.
So
and
the
your mum
nickname
gave you that
Squash.
nickname.
Yeah, so that's actually even earlier than birth. When my mum had her first couple scans and she found out it was twins, I was actually on top of my brother, squashing him. And when we were in the womb, my mum didn't name us. Like we were really late to pick. They were really late with picking names, so it was just Squash and Scoob. Don't know why. I was the one squashing him. Scooby Doo. Yeah. And then we came out, and then Joshua and Luke. Luke's my twin brother. But the nicknames have stuck my entire life. Like, and I remember in like high school, people found out that my mum called me Squash, and then I'd get it at primary school, Squashy, all of this, and because something I'll talk about in a sec, the nose injury, people kind of tied it in, and it became like a bit of a bullying thing, and I hated the name. Like I literally, and my friends came around, I said to my mum and dad, "Don't call me Squash, please." Like, blah, blah, blah. And then when I started to make my TikTok account, I was like, "What can I call it?" And I was like, my nickname my entire life, like just embrace it. Like, do you know what I mean? Now that I'm out of high school and scared of they're taking the piss, it was just like, this is my nickname, man. So
Shanice. It's your thing.
Niche,
Right?
exactly,
It's like
mate.
Cher.
Yeah. It is exactly that, mate.
Or Brittany.
And it's leading you up for a load of brand deals with Robinsons and other
Mate, I've been trying, man, because I love squash as well. I love squash. I'm a big squash
you
drinker.
thought that's what it was. That's where the nickname
I was
came
like,
about.
his name's Josh Squash, and then he loves squash.
Honestly, it makes
Josh
sense,
that loves squash.
Yeah, it makes so much sense. Yeah.
Does your brother love squash as much?
He actually doesn't. Nah. Me and my brother are so opposite. He's like a very masculine man's man. He likes whiskey and cigarettes and like, do you know what I mean? He's got this long, crazy mullet. He likes, very Americanized, like Western American influence. He loves it.
Have you done many skits with him? I know we've looked ourselves in the research, but many skits with your brother and used that to your advantage, having a twin.
Yeah, so he hasn't been directly involved in a skit on the camera, but I will give him his credit. A lot of the skits, a lot of the ideas and the one-liners are him. He comes up with so much, and he filmed so many of them, especially early days. Like, he was the one filming the videos, and we'd sit there together, and we just, because we've got such good chemistry, like, the ideas just go to each other, and we just, there's a lot of credit to him, to be honest.
I'm just picturing at the end, do you ever see that TikTok trend where it's like like when you're crediting him and it's like directed by?
Yeah,
just
literally
this
directed by, and it's him. Yeah, literally 100%.
Is it true about like twins being in tune? Like, are you in tune with your brother?
I definitely think so. It's not to the level where like I know exactly what he's thinking, or we could look at each other and pass a thought, but like
finish each other's
sandwiches.
Yeah, sandwiches. But yeah, there's definitely some like psychological link there. Like it's impossible to describe unless you're a twin. I feel like it's like one of them. It's like trying to explain what acid is like to someone who's never done anything like that. It's like it's just it's one of them. If you're a twin, you get it.
My best friends are twins, so I've seen it firsthand. Yeah, they're identical. Yeah, they were. I was actually the first one to call them by their name because I started hanging around with them when they were 16. I was 17, and everyone just called them Twinny. And if you said Twinny, they both would look. But I was the first one that was able to distinguish them between the friend group, and was able to call them by their name. And then there was at one point where I called one of them. And the other one answered the phone and said hello, and I said his name straight away. And he was like, "Oh my god, how do you know that was me?" And he started crying. He was like, "How did you know that was me?" But like,
finally being recognized.
Yeah. But like identical twins have the same vocal cords. They just use them differently. That's why they sound different.
Mate. Honestly, it's insane. I'm actually really glad I'm not identical. There's a bit of like unspoken beef between identical and non-identical twins that we don't really like each other because it's just like they think we're not really twins, and then I'm like, well, you two look the same, so I don't know.
I've tried to like mind fuck them before, and because identical or not, when you're a baby, it's hard to tell the difference anyway.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But I think they put a ribbon on their ankle, like a blue and like a different color, and their mom wouldn't leave the hospital until she was able to tell them apart without checking the ribbons.
I see.
I've tried to mind fuck them in the past, and I've said to them, "Oh, what if your mom messed it up one time in the hospital, and the whole time you've been living as the opposite one?"
Mate, I've always thought that about identical twins. Like even after the hospital, like you got two babies, you're changing both of them, and it's like, wait, who did I put on the left and who did I put on? It's like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could have changed your name like 3 or 4 times by the time you're 3 or 4. Just switching it.
So obviously we know you've got a twin. Do you ever argue with him? And like, what would be the pettiest argument that you've had?
Yeah, definitely. So as children, we argued a lot. Like we shared a room until we were about 15. So up until then, it was just every single day. I'd say the most pettiest argument we ever had was I got him in trouble with my mum, and we were about 8. And at this point, for some reason, we loved EastEnders at the age of 8, right? Living with a single mum, we didn't really tell me. We watched what she watched. And I remember one time I got him in trouble, and my mum sent him to bed. And I was begging my mum, I was like, do not let him watch EastEnders tonight. And my mum was like, yeah, okay. So she went in and was like, you're not watching EastEnders. Honestly, I used to be like an artist, always drawn and painted. And I had an art box on top of our wardrobe full of pens, paints, everything. And me and my mum was sat watching EastEnders. I'm pissing myself thinking he's in his room. I literally just hear the biggest crash. Bro swiped everything off the top of the wardrobe.
Because he couldn't see EastEnders.
He wouldn't,
Wow.
Yeah, exactly, because my mum wasn't letting him watch EastEnders. Literally smashed bottles of paint. Mate, I know, yeah. Nah, that was the worst. And I was so distraught because it was like a Lego build on there as well. He smashed that off, and it was just like, yeah. I had to sleep with my mum that night because I just couldn't go in the room with him. He was just like, you're not
complete carnage.
Yeah. Yeah, and he used to win all the fights, I'll be honest, as a kid. So like once he did that, I was like, Mum, I'm sleeping with you.
Well, you won the first one, Squash. You won the first fight by squashing him in the room.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, he's got some beef with me. It's kind of valid.
Can you impersonate each other's voices?
Yeah, we do sound very alike. Like when you were saying about the phone thing, like we do that to my mum all the time. Like my mum will phone Luke and I'll answer, and he's a bit deeper than mine. Like I said, he's a bit more, I don't know, he's a bit just smoker and all that, so he's a bit more deeper. But yeah, we do catch a lot of people out with that.
Yeah, my friends would do that too. Like one of them would put on the other one's voice and say, shout "fuck off, ma'am."
Little buggers.
I wish we were identical because a lot of the TikTok comments are like, how do we know this is you? And I'm like, oh, that would have been so funny. I could have done like a whole TikTok live, got him to do it and been like, see who,
you should do a like, I don't know, get ready with me makeup challenge and get him to curl his hair like you.
Yeah, mate. This is what I've said to him. We could do some funny videos being like, we are the most unidentical twins ever. And actually like, but I get it. He's just like, he's a very private person. Like he's never really been on social media, and he's just like, I just like filming them, mate, which is fair enough.
That sounds like an argument that you had. Could have been easily a scene out of EastEnders. Could have done with James' soundboard.
Yeah,
you're not my brother. Yes, I am.
Who got the doof
tonight? One of the things that's probably caused a lot of arguments is probably gaming, because we know you're a massive gamer as well.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So probably the big question that some of your followers want to know is what are you playing currently?
At the minute, FC26. It came out the other day. Yeah, I've been smashing that the last few days. To be honest, my poor girlfriend, she's just sat down in my room and I'm in the loft, and I'm like, I've got to do it because it's work. You know what I'm saying?
I know, I've seen your ones.
Guys, I've got a stream.
I really want to get the FIFA. Oh yeah. What, you've got FIFA?
Yeah, that video.
Yeah,
I paid for it. I paid for it because I posted that video yesterday, and loads of people came in the stream. And they were like, "Oh, she brought it for you." I was like, "No, guys, that was a skit, guys. I'm not like that."
We're actually all gamers. I'm sorry for all the listeners and watchers. We all met in virtual reality, so we play games in virtual reality.
That's so cool.
Have you ever used the virtual reality?
No, so basically, I have always been like a console gamer growing up, just like basic games, COD, FIFA, like games like that. And then I wanted to start streaming, and I haven't played video games in about 3 years other than FIFA. So being me and being like, I don't even know the word, just over the top. I went and spent $3,000 on a gaming PC, right? And was just like, I'm going to do this now. Sat down at it, not just a PC, everything, right? Sat down at it and was like, what games do I play? And I was like, oh, shit, man, I don't really know what to play. Yeah, literally. And I played a few, and then I was streaming, just playing like 3 different games a stream. And it took a while, and I finally settled a little bit at the minute on FIFA, but that probably won't last.
Yeah, well, we've noticed you doing Twitch as well, and on your TikTok lives, you sort of dual stream as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So if anyone wants to go and watch Squash stream, I understand your Twitch handle is at Squash Streaming.
Squash Streaming on Twitch, that's the one. Yeah, nice and simple.
We will go and sub.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it's been hard, to be honest. Like it's really fun, and like I said to you before, I'm trying to get my personality across onto social media now. Just being more me. So Twitch is a really good way to do it, especially FIFA, because I just can't hide my emotions on that game. Yeah. I'm gonna get angry. I'm gonna get happy. Like I feel like it's a good way to do it.
You're not a rage
Oh no, I'm a massive rage quit. That's saying, going back to the brother thing, that was the biggest arguments was FIFA growing up because we used to share a PS3. I remember the Christmas my mum brought us a PS3 and we were like, oh, this is the best thing ever. And then we were like, oh wait, we've got to share this.
Yeah, I've only got
And
50% of this.
Yeah, Mum, get him off it. And yeah, my poor friends who we'd played PS3 with, they still say to me to this day, they're like, mate, I remember you and your brother screaming at each other down the headset when we were playing in like year 7 and year 8.
Your hour's up.
Yeah, literally was. Yeah, we had an hour at a time. Yeah.
No way. Are you looking forward to GTA 6?
I am, mate. Yeah,
That looks amazing.
Yeah.
I've given up waiting, man, because it's just like when it comes out, that's when I'm gonna be like, yeah. But at the minute, the pushbacks, it's just that game's gonna change. I honestly think it's gonna change like social media, gaming, just everything.
Yeah, can't wait for that.
By the time it comes out, though, we won't be picking up hookers in the car. We'll be picking up fresh tennis balls for the Zimmer frames.
Fucking right, mate. Honestly, mate. Yeah, that's what. It's such a shame because. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's just getting older, and then it's like games aren't as fun when you start getting older and you've got actual real life responsibilities. It's like, I want to be able to play GTA 6 all summer holidays long. Do you know what I mean? And not worry about anything.
We'll have to. We'll all have to get online and do it.
100%.
Yeah.
Going
And
back
then if
to
you come in my car, Squash, you can be my passy princess.
I'd love to be your passy princess, Danny.
Do you feel the pressure of people watching you while you're streaming as well?
Yeah.
Or does it feel like a community?
It's definitely something completely new. Like I said, because I'm still so fresh to even being on camera. Like I've never done anything like this. I've never done drama or acting or anything like to do with being on camera. And now that I'm doing streaming where it's like you can't slip up, do you know what I mean? TikTok Live is the same, so I've gotten used to it a little bit, but streaming like 3 hours sat in here, it is. And then especially when you see the views going up and down and sometimes they drop low and it's like, have I just said something that wasn't that, like the people have thought, you're an idiot, mate.
Yeah,
piss off.
you're gonna look into it more when it's probably not the case at all. Their dinner's probably ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So there is pressure. The biggest pressure is like, honestly, is trying to think of something new every day. It's like that's more towards the TikTok side. Like every day I wake up and I'm like, right, what am I filming today? What are we posting? Like, because at the end of the day, that's how I make my money is through TikTok. So it's like, I need to make sure that I'm putting out good content every single day so that I can earn a living. And it's like, it's like being self-employed. I've been self-employed for a while, but it's stressful because there is a lot of pressure. And it's like, when a video does bad, it's like, you feel the worst. And then a video does well and you're like, okay, cool. Move on. And it's like before you know it, it's the next day and you got to post in an hour and it's like, shit, man, what am I gonna film?
Is that because there's like an amount of pressure on you to get views straight away? Because sometimes content grows over time, right? That's what we've noticed 100%. A lot with some of our episodes is that actually, you know, we might not get loads of listens straight away, but then 3 months down the line, we've been like, oh, that episode's been listened to loads more.
Yeah. I've had a few videos that do that. I had one that me and my brother filmed it early days and it didn't do very well. And then I was scrolling through my page a few weeks ago and I saw it'd gone into the millions of views. And I remember the day I posted it done a couple thousand. And I was a bit like, what? I didn't even notice that happen. But I think, to be honest, the pressure comes from myself because I'm like, the way I see it, as soon as I post a video, I just forget about it and move on, right? No matter how many views it does, ultimately, I'm like, it doesn't matter now because today's today and I need to do a new one. And I also am conscious of not rinsing the same content. Like if I wanted to, I could have done the Labourer solely on that and just kept doing that and milk everything. I could have made t-shirts with his face on and done all that, but I want to come into this and actually build like a sustainable platform, not just something that's quick, like, and just rinse. So that's my issue at the minute, really. I'm a bit like, what do I continue to post on TikTok? Because I've done so many genres now and I feel like I've ticked so many boxes and I'm just a bit like, now I need to just, that's what I said, I need to start just pushing me out there a little bit more.
And then if you're constantly posting all the time, that's only got your attention for like a 1 week period. After that, it's gone out of mind, out of sight.
Such a quick turnover.
If you're not getting those results in that week, that's it. That's out of your mind then afterwards.
Exactly, mate. Yeah.
I mean, and look, you've got a whole audience. I mean, you've got a massive audience, right?
Yeah.
Ask them. You know, they'll tell you what they want.
Yeah, that is true. I've got a load of ideas on my phone that are like viewer inspired. It's just another thing is I get so many ideas, I write them all down. On my notes app, I've got hundreds of ideas.
I was going to say, I did the same for anything. I'd write it down on the notes because if I don't write it down straight away, it's gone forever.
It's gone 100%. But then I sit there and I go, I've got nothing to film. I'm like, you've got 100 ideas on your
Yeah,
phone,
exactly.
mate. But it's just, it is weird. It's a strange world, man.
Yeah, I bet. Well, look, I know you've recently left your job, right, in June to go full time with the influencing.
That's it, yeah.
What got you into the building trade? Like, how did that all come about?
So my dad has always done my dad's always been in the trade, right? So he set up a roller garage door company when I was about 14, and on school holidays and weekends I'd go and do work with him. But then when I was in school, I didn't want to go into the trade. I did really well in my GCSEs. I went to sixth form to study 4 A levels, which is English language, English lit, psychology, and maths.
Okay.
And I wanted to go to uni, and I wanted to be an architect, right? That was the plan. I did 2.5 months at sixth form and realized, nope. Dropped out.
No.
No, really didn't like it. I was working at McDonald's at the time as a part-time thing. I went full-time at McDonald's, did 3 years there, and then again just odd jobs with my dad every now and again. And COVID hit, McDonald's went quiet because obviously it shut. I started learning to cut hair just on a barbering apprenticeship, and still alongside going to work with my dad. And I just was like, said to my dad one day, I was like, why don't I just work with you full time? Like, why am I doing all this side stuff when ultimately I loved being on the tools? I love the banter. I'm a very like busybody. I like to do stuff with my hands. So I was always just like, let's do it. And then that was it. I did that with my dad for about 2 years, and then just wanted to learn more. My best friend's dad, who I've known most of my life in Bournemouth, he runs a building company. So I just got into touch and said, does he need a labourer? He said, yeah. And that was it. And he taught me so much, to be fair to him. And I loved it. And to be honest, I was sad to leave it. Like, I do miss it.
What was it like in that industry then? Like, because, you know, when you think of like the building trade, labourers, bricklayers, it's a very masculine industry.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
And like older kind of generation as well.
Definitely.
You were quite young going into it. I'm just wondering how was that
absolutely. I think you've got to be able to take the shit realistically, and the older guys are going to give it you, especially when you start posting on TikTok. Do you know what I mean? And they're like, what? You posted on TikTok, all of this. And I did get that from some people. The main people that I actually cared about were super supportive. And when I started making them, like when I started the TikTok page, because of the abuse that I knew I was going to get on site, I blocked everybody I knew because I don't want anyone to see it.
Clever.
Because it's just on a building site, anything you do, it's like, look at you. I went in with new boots on, and it's like, hey, look at this so-and-so with his new boots on. And it's like, what the fuck? But you've got to be able to take it and give it, and it's the same with them. So they give it, but they most of the time they can take it, and it's a nice environment, but it is very, like you say,
you gotta have a tough skin.
100%. And I feel like I don't know how to explain. I'm quite a unique person. Like, I'm not super like macho masculine guy. Like, I work really hard on the building site, doing all that. But then I'm also posting TikToks, and I like my fashion and stuff like that. So it kind of, do you know what I mean? I did get a bit of shit from a couple of the people there, but you know what I mean?
If you get any shit on the building site as well, I know myself, you've got literally 1.5 seconds to return another insult back, or else that's how you lost.
But that was a massive thing when I started TikTok, because I was like, what are these lot gonna say, man? Do you know what I mean? Like, the building industry. And then when they eventually got to a point where I couldn't block them, because then they all knew about it, and they were like, why am I blocked? And I was like, oh, that kind of looks even worse on me. So I just unblocked everyone. I was like, yeah, you can see it. And the labourer videos they loved. They thought they were really funny. But then the creepy manager and then a few of the other weird videos I did there are kind of like,
love the creepy manager.
What are you doing? The creepy manager. It's
the Snapchat. Is it the tongue he does? So what was it like when you left? Like, was that daunting when you left and was like, guys, I'm leaving. I'm not doing it.
So like I said, it was my best friend's dad who I worked for, and he's like, they're like family. They honestly are. I've grown up with them. So I kind of sat down with him way in advance. I said, look, this is going really well. I was really clear with him, like, I'm doing this alongside. And he was so supportive. Like, it was his building sites he was running, and he said to me, if you ever need to film content, do it. And then one time another guy there was like, why are you filming TikToks? And he actually backed me up and was like, leave him alone, he's doing something. And he saw me go through a lot of rough times, like especially the past few years, just financially and family stuff. So when it started going well for me, he was like, I'm so happy that things are actually finally going your way. And he said, mate, take the leap. He was like, this job's always going to be here for you. And he's even said that because I've spoke to him since, and he said, if you ever get bored, you just want to come for a day just for the banter, come. So he was really supportive. I sat him down 6 weeks before and told him I want to leave on the 13th of June to give him the notice, and he was just like, yeah, absolutely, The other guys were a bit like, oh look, he's leaving work to do TikTok, look, blah blah blah, he's retiring at 23, and it's like none of them were really like, mate, that's impressive that you've done this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
like,
secretly, come on, right?
We were all actually
yeah.
in Hastings on the 13th of June this year, weren't we?
Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
it?
I think it was the 13th. It was my birthday weekend.
It was Friday the 13th because my flight was delayed.
It was Friday the 13th. Yeah.
Listen, that guy sounds amazing. That guy.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mate,
think
he's unbelievable, mate. I have so much love and respect for him. I really do. Like, it's
There needs
just
to be more people like him.
yeah. But
'Cause
he doesn't
that's
realize how
really
much
sound
that meant to me. Do you know what I mean? Because it was daunting. I was like, I'm about to quit my job. This is obviously that was my income, and the difference is with that. I turned up to work every day at 7. I went home at 4. I got told what to do all day. Came home, chill. Right? With TikTok, you never switch off. It's never like off the clock, and I'm sure you can relate because you're constantly like posting content, thinking of things that it's like, yeah.
Well, Squash, we have a little surprise for you because
Lovely.
here he is joining us.
I was like, I didn't get told about this.
Me too. I was like, what? I thought it was going to be a surprise. Another?
Squash, who do you think on the podcast would survive the longest on a building site, and who'd quit first?
Well, you said you've been on a building site.
I know. I'm kind of. It was a loaded question.
But Jake's been quiet, so I don't know if he's. You know what I mean? I think he could take the banner. You will give him a load of shit, so I reckon Jake can hold his own.
I just hold it in and wait for the right time to give it.
I'd
Exactly,
be the
mate,
one
yeah,
that we were
yeah.
like, you know, got the machine and been like, you need to plug it in.
Yeah.
You need to plug it. What's that
Mate,
clip
that's
where
so
there's
good. I
something?
love stuff like that. Running
just
up the road
picturing-
with the disc
That's
cutter.
it.
Yeah.
I'm
Asking for
picturing
the wrong
Rachel as the foreman, just sitting at the corner smoking and spitting.
Yeah. And to be fair, a lot of the women on the building sites were always the building inspectors, and they were so ruthless. They just come on and just like, this place is a shit. Oh, you need to sort this out, and it would be literally like, right, okay, come on.
They're literally. It
fix up,
is.
guys.
I don't know. It's not being sexist. I think it's just them trying to assert their dominance to say, like, just because I'm a
100%,
female, I
yeah.
have authority here. So
Yeah.
they make a point of pointing shit out to you.
Exactly.
Just
But
because
then it's
they
funny
want
because
to.
all these big like builders like literally go like, yeah, okay, sorry,
Yeah.
and they do
They're
it.
all
Right.
running and they're like, yeah, inspectors are here, inspectors. Everyone's clean. Look, get that sweet
Yeah,
brush.
literally, mate. Yeah, yeah.
I think I'd do all right on the building site. I'd be the one like mixing the cement.
What
and have the tunes
trade?
on.
What trade would you want to do? Do you think?
If
you
you're
had to
making the
pick
tea.
one.
What trade? Oh no, I wouldn't be making the tea. Well, actually, I would be making the tea because I make a really good builder's tea.
Oh,
So
nice,
actually,
yeah.
yes, I would.
Yeah.
Tea
That would-
bag
Yeah,
left in.
I'd be tea lady, entertainment.
Yeah, I was the coffee guy. Like it was because as a labourer, that's part of the role. You'd make the coffees, but I started getting creative, man, because I thought I've got a car, I've got power, we're in empty houses. Like we're going to the shop for lunch every day and getting a meal deal. So I actually got an air fryer off of Gumtree for a tenner, right? And I
Okay.
had this air fryer in the back of my
Class.
car, which I'd carry around to every building site. So I was.
You bring it to the building site.
Yeah, into their house because it's like we used to do domestic jobs. So it'd be like a house renovation. So it'd be like a shell of a house.
Yeah.
So I'd be in their kitchen. The kitchen's all empty. I've got my air fryer plugged in. We've got bacon and sausages cooking. We used to make everyone bacon and sausage sandwiches. Oh mate, honestly, it was unreal.
That's
so
smart.
good.
Genius.
What
Potatoes
are they
at lunch.
charging for that?
Yeah,
Mate,
you could have,
honestly,
yeah.
I know, yeah. Honestly,
picture
yeah.
with the hot counter and everything afterwards.
It basically was, mate. I was just in an
Squash's
extension just there. Yeah. Oh mate, it was so good. It was so good. That was great. Yeah.
Oh my god.
We've touched on your TikTok presence already. So your
Mhm.
first post was made in December 24, and you
Yeah.
basically went viral like 2 months later. So
Yeah.
what made you join TikTok, and what inspired you to do that first video?
So I've seen a lot of people, TikTok influencer, and I will name them. The first one, I saw Italian Batch, and I remember seeing his videos really early on, and I remember seeing him as a gym influencer, and then he started doing these funny skits and that, and I saw him literally go, and now his life's changed. Now he's probably a millionaire, and at the time I thought I could do that. And then I watched #Brady do the exact same thing with the traveling thing, and I've always wanted to travel. That's like the goal, really.
Yeah.
And I thought I could do that, you know. And I spoke to my best mate at the time. Oh, he's still my best mate, my best friend called Leon. And I was like, bro, I want to do this. And he was like, do it. And I was always a bit like, I don't know. And then I saw the final one who did it was AB. I saw him literally within a year change his entire life. And at that point, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
And they inspired me to do it, and that was it. And funny enough, I started for so long. The reason that I stalled was because I was like, I don't know what to post. So I was trying to sit there before I'd started to post, think of ideas. And I just ditched that, and I was like, just start posting whatever you want. And then after a few days of being a TikToker, the ideas started to come to me naturally. Like I'd be out with my friend and something funny would happen, and I'm like, oh my god, that's such a good TikTok. As opposed to doing it the other way around, sat in my room like, right, what funny things has happened with my friends? You know what I mean? You can't think. So that was my influence, to be honest. Just seeing other people my age do it, and I just thought, let me try.
What have you got to lose? Like, what have you got to lose?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's another thing. I thought, well, all these people that I'm watching come up, they're gonna have their friend from school taking the piss and sending it to each other and going, what's this guy doing? So you got to take the risk sometimes. You actually do.
Yeah. I went back to your first TikTok, and it's funny because I've read the comments, and like people are like coming back to the first one to see where it all started. How it all started off.
And that's so cool because honestly, I was conscious that was going to happen one day. Like when I was making all these starter videos and they were getting 200-300 views, I was literally in my head like one day, because I was doing it to other creators. What I was doing, I was going on people like AB's page and other TikTokers, scrolling to the bottom and being like, how did they start? Yeah. So in my head, when I was doing it, I was like, one day someone's going to scroll through my page and be like, where did this kid actually start off? And it's just so amazing to see it come to fruition. And it's just, it's mind boggling.
I bet it is. Have you ever like linked up with any of like AB or Brady?
No. So to be honest, that's one thing I wanted to speak about on the pod was I'm a bit disappointed about that. And I'm not saying like I deserve to have these people like do videos of me or anything at all. But I just think British culture is a little bit like, especially in this industry, it's a bit like, fuck them. Like you're people are so focused on them that it's like, why am I going to help someone on the come up when they're so much clear? And with part of me that's like, I get that. But then it's like, I expected I remember I hit 100k and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to start to merge into the UK scene and meet with these other creators and stuff like that. And it's just not really happening. And I've followed all the people that I really want to follow me back, and I've messaged so many. The person that has been in contact.
Me.
I'm sorry about that. I will after, I promise. The one person that has been like in some sort of communication was #Brady, which is unbelievable. That really excited me. But then again, like he sent a message saying, do you want to jump on a call and I can give you some support? Because I was just like, I need some help. Wow. And I was ecstatic. But then he sent that message a month ago, and then I haven't heard anything back. And then I'm like, I don't want to message him again, being like,
you get a lot of that as well in the industry, where like they're like, they'll tell you they'll do this, they'll do that, but then they have no intention of doing it, or it just gets put in the long finger and I forgot about that.
AB is like an example. Like he got into the podcast stuff really early. Like he started getting onto a lot of big podcasts and merging with like the big people in the UK scene. And I feel like that really helped his career, because like his first YouTube video's got KSI in it. And then I'm like, I want to start YouTube. And I'm like, where do I start? Do you know what I mean? So I did expect a bit more, just to know a few more people at the minute. But maybe I'm not reaching out enough. I don't know. It's also new to me as well.
Does TikTok not kind of bring you together at kind of events and stuff like that? I mean, I kind of feel like they would, because there's got to be like a whole load of like massive content creators like you in the UK, right?
Yeah, and it's like collabing helps each other. Do you know what I mean? Especially comedy skits and stuff. Like it would be so much. I have so many ideas where it's like a group setting, or there's 2 other people on the video with me. And I'm like, I can't do it yet until I have those collabs. And I've reached out so much. And I do live in a difficult place, live in Bournemouth, but it's just kind of nothing back. But it's just, for me, it's like it will happen one day. I'm sure that one day I will.
Yeah,
do it.
Look, you're on YouTube now. Now.
yeah, exactly, mate. We're making steps, and honestly, like, I do want to say, like, reaching out and asking me to do this pod, I'm so grateful, because I've kind of been sat the last few months, kind of like, another thing, brand deals, like stuff's not coming in, and I'm kind of like, why is no one want to work with me in any sense? You know what I mean? Be it a podcast, a brand deal, a collab, and just to have like you guys come and ask me to be on this, it's honestly, I'm so pleased to be here, and I do want
pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really fun.
For sure. Time for a quick shout out to our official sponsors, Pop Specs.
If you need new glasses, these are the people to see. You pick your frames, they fit the lenses, and you walk out in 20 minutes.
No waiting weeks, no eye watering prices, just proper good eyewear.
Honestly, we love working with Pop Specs. Check out pop-specs.com or visit one of their stores across the UK.
Pop Specs, changing the way you buy eyewear.
You seem to be doing something right, Squash, because as you mentioned earlier, you've hit over 420,000 followers. I think
420k, dude. That's just
amazing.
Yeah. I think when we last looked just before we came on, you were close to 430. So probably by the time we finish this, you'll be there. Did you expect it to blow up so fast?
Not at all. I like genuinely like no ego or anything. I really didn't. Like I was one of them. I started it and was like, let me just. In my head, I thought, let me post 100 TikToks and see where I'm at. Okay, I posted 100, and I think I had like 100 followers, and I was like, if you on my page actually is my 100 follower special, and you can see in that video genuinely how grateful I was.
Yeah. Because
I remember filming that video and actually being like, 100 people. Like, if you actually perceive that in real life, it's like 100 people.
Like
that's
in
a lot
a
of people,
theater
man.
or something.
Yeah, 100%, mate. It is, and it's like, it. Unfortunately, the numbers start to warp. Like now, it's just like I remember I hit 10k. I cried my eyes out. Like genuinely, I was so proud of myself and just pleased. And then after that, it's like, oh yeah, okay, I've hit 400k now, and it does just warp it. And it's a shame because the come up's the most exciting bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember running into my brother's room, being like, I got 1,000 views on this video, and I was ecstatic. And now it's like, if a video gets 10k views, I'm like, fuck's sake, that video's done rubbish, man. And it's like, it's a strange world. You see how people lose their heads
like
with
the
it.
pressure you put on yourself.
Yeah. You see how people like start doing crazy and weird stuff like that fall off on the internet. You see how people do it.
I think part of it, though, Squash, is that you are just being you. That it's not like you're trying hard.
Yeah.
So, you know, like you're coming up with these ideas, but it's really quite authentically you.
Thank you. I'm really glad.
And I think that's what people. Well, that's what I've enjoyed watching your videos. I'm like, this is he's found these little niche characters and he's doing them, and people are loving them. But throughout all of them, like you are the continuity of you just being authentic, and I think that's what people like.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that it comes across like that. I actually really am, because you become so self-conscious about it. Like, how am I coming across? Because like I said, it's just numbers on the screen from my side. Do you know what I mean? I'm sat here and I'm seeing numbers, and it's just like. But then when I meet people out and about, and they actually speak to me, and it's like, shit, these are actually real people that are actually watching me, and because it's me, and do you know what I mean? I don't know. Honestly, I've had massive imposter syndrome. I still do. I don't think that's ever gonna go away, because it's just like me and my girlfriend went out for a few drinks the other day. It was just carnage. We're in a nightclub, and I literally ended up getting put into a VIP booth by the staff, and I'm like, I don't really want to be it. It's just me and my girlfriend. We then sat in this booth, and I was like, I don't really want to be sat in a fucking booth. I'll come here to dance. I'm a big dancer, by the way. Like, I love dancing when I'm out to drink. So I was like, I want to go out. But then every time I went out, it was like people were just getting like, do you know what I mean? And everyone was drunk, so there was a few idiots, and it was just like we ended up having to go home. And it's like, that's the stuff that when I go out and about and see that, it's like, shit, man, this is actually real. Do you know what I mean? When it's on my phone.
A Bunny Blue incident, and you got a slap. Have
you seen that today? Yeah, I saw that today, man. That's what I mean. And you see so much of it. TikTokers getting drinks thrown at them and stuff in clubs, and it's like,
what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'd throw a bloody drink back.
Oh yeah, but then you get cancelled. Squash TikToker assault someone in a nightclub.
Yeah.
Stay on brand. Throw some squash back.
Yeah, squash and vodka don't go together.
So, Squash, I'm going to ask you maybe an awkward question. You don't have to say if you don't want to, but are you making some good money from TikTok right now?
Yeah, so I'll be quite transparent with the TikTok earnings scheme. So you need 10,000 followers to enter the creator reward program, as they call it. And you basically get paid per 1,000 views that you get. They set up something called an RPM. So every 1,000 views, you earn a set amount of money, right? So my first month that I started doing TikTok, my RPM was 57 pence. So for every 1,000 views, you get 57 pence. I remember my first million view video got £500, right? And people think that it's like £1,000 gets you a million views gets you £1,000. It doesn't, because what TikTok do, which I actually really don't agree with, the more views you get, the lower your RPM goes. So it started at 57. After the second month, it went down to 30p, which was still good. You know what I mean? £300 per million views. Now it's about 5 to 6 pence per 1,000 views, right? So they've just absolutely dumped it. And big creators, like with over 1 million followers, they don't even post minute-long videos anymore, because their RPM is 0.0001 of a penny. So that's what it should go to. So I know there's a big creator with 1.2 mil followers, and well, basically once you hit over 1 mil, your RPM goes to basically 0. So I don't agree with that. So
crazy.
the money's enough to, do you know what I mean, not make me go to work. But the last few months, obviously, I quit my job, and what upset me, because I had the first few months where the RPM was high, and I thought, okay, I can live off that. I can afford to leave my job and full send into it. And then I left my job, and then they just dropped my RPM. And last month, in August, was my second best month on TikTok. I did 52 million views right across August.
Well done.
Yeah, insane. Because it really didn't feel like it, especially financially, because I was a bit like, what's that? And I then did the contrast, and it's like, when I left work, in my head I was thinking, well, if I'm getting 10 million views a month, that's a couple grand a month, I'm going to be fine. And now I'm getting 50 million a month and not hitting that couple grand. And it's like, how can you do this? This is why I'm trying to move on to other platforms like YouTube. YouTube's RPM or ad revenue is really strong. Twitch as well. TikTok, it's a shame, because I feel like they're just ruining their own app, to be honest, because if you're not paying creators, they're going to leave, they're going to go to other platforms. So yeah, I mean, the money the first few months was really nice because I was working alongside it as well. And then the past few months, honestly, it's just like a living wage, but you've got to try and think of something funny and get 1 million views to earn the wage. Do you know what I mean? If I'm not getting the millions of views, then that's going to drop, and then I'm not going to earn any money. So yeah.
Is there not a way you can negotiate or like ask TikTok about your RPMs?
There's no direct line to TikTok. There is no helpline. There is no direct communication with TikTok.
So it's just whatever the RPM is set at, that's it. You've no negotiation.
And they make it up. They decide what the RPM is. Like on one video, it'll be 9 pence. One, it might be 12 pence. One, it'll be 3 pence. Like it literally,
it's crazy.
They make it up.
Wow.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I think creators should be a bit more transparent with that. People think that you get £1,000 for 1 million views. That's very common that people think that. I've always thought that. So when I've seen people with like 67 million views on a TikTok, I'm thinking, wow, they're getting 60 grand. They're really not. Like the RPM on that will be 0.00001. They would make a couple £100 from it.
Why do you think people maybe are not so transparent about it? Do you think they're scared?
Yeah.
Like, is there terms and conditions? Maybe you got to be.
There's no terms and conditions or anything. I mean, I think there's always been a bit of a thing around like telling people how much you earn. Like when people come into my live and they're so direct, like, how much have you earned off this video? I'm like, how much did you earn last month, man? And they're like, well, I'm not going to tell you that. And I'm like, well, same here. Do you know what I mean? But I do think with stuff like this, that transparency is needed, because if I knew that, maybe I would have. Do you know what I mean? Not saying I regret leaving work. I don't. But it would have been a consideration in the conversation
100%.
of that's going to drop. Scary, it is, because what if that drops to 0 and I'm not getting brand deals? Do you know what I mean? Like the big guys, like Italian badge people like that, they don't even post minute-long videos. So it's like the brand deals, the YouTube, they're what's financially keeping them up.
I think that's really respectful, because in this day and age, there are a lot of young people out there, I guess, that are wanting to be content creators, and I think that transparency is important.
Yeah,
exactly. So I really respect you being really honest and upfront about it, because it kind of just puts everything into perspective, and like don't expect that you're going to have this paycheck
100%.
every month
as well, because on social media it is so flashy and flexing and I've made all this money, and then you have all the people doing crypto scams and I'll buy into my trade and into my course and stuff, and you see all that and it's like, oh my god, okay, like these influencers are millionaires. That the majority aren't. Do you know what I mean? Once you're getting big brand deals, then you're going to be comfortable. But like people that are just posting on TikTok and doing stuff that, as a viewer, you might think is like a celebrity or an influencer. It's like, you know what I mean? I'm probably as skint as the people watch it.
And that, like, young kids need to know that. They need a voice like yours to be said, because they're so used to, like you said, just seeing everyone with the flashy cars, big lifestyles, going on holidays to Dubai, not realizing how little they're actually getting from TikTok. And the only way to change that is to be vocal about it. And 100%. That will let TikTok maybe relook at it.
Yeah, just following on from that, that you were just saying about the sort of the bigger creators having those side hustles as well. Because I know you've got the Sidemen, and they've just created that show. Is it Sidemen House?
Inside, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see why creators are doing those things as well, just to create a bigger brand. Is that something you do?
Yeah, 100%. Go into a show like that, mate? Absolutely, I'd love to do stuff like that. I've always loved like game show TV like that, like I'm a Celeb, stuff like that. Like Foot Asylum do something called Locked In, and I've been hounding them, like, because they're doing the new season. Haven't heard anything, but it is what it is. Maybe next time, but just anything like that, like, I'd love to do it. Honestly, I'm at the point where I'm trying to push this career. There's not a lot I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Like, it really is
nice one. Just grab it every opportunity.
Exactly, mate. Because another thing, you don't know how long this is gonna last. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like TikTok and social media, it's like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, this could all be over next year, and do you know, I remember back at work, and I'm like, fucking hell, do you remember I was going on a podcast and doing all this? And you just have to keep your feet on the floor and kind of, do you know what I mean? Be cautious with it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, speaking of being cautious, because of your big following, I'm sure you got loads of DMs off followers. What is the weirdest one that you received since blown up?
I literally know it straight off the top of my head. There's this guy that he hasn't messaged me in a long time, right? But I'd say for about 3 weeks straight, he would message me, "Good morning, princess." Sleep tight, like, insert pet name every single night. Good morning. Did you sleep well, daddy? Good morning, baby.
I'd love you to squash me in the womb.
Yeah, mate.
How could you out me like that? Just because I haven't sent you another.
That's why he hasn't followed you, daddy.
Oh yeah, but yeah, no, that's definitely the weirdest. He actually messaged me a few. He stopped about 3 months ago, but he messaged me about 2 months ago and just been like, "Hey, long time." And I was like, literally just scroll through the endless non-replies, and I was a bit like, what the hell?
I really hope one day it's just you're gonna get a text off him saying, "Just to let you know, you broke my heart. My therapist knows about you. I'm over you now. We're done."
I hope it's that and not knocking on my door.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Baby reindeer coming at you.
Speaking of baby reindeer, I actually had a bit of a weird situation go on with some fans.
No.
Yeah, I live very close to a corner shop. My local boss man, I love that guy. I go in there all the time, and I was in there and I was getting some drinks, and these 2 young lads, they're probably 10 or 11. He said, "Oh, you're on TikTok?" And I turned around and said, "Yeah, boys, blah blah blah." Chatting to them. He said, "Can I get a picture?" I said, "Oh, absolutely." Took photos of both of them, and then I was still kind of stood in the drink aisle, and he just like got his phone and just started taking pictures of me. Just me stood there, and I was a bit like, "What?" And he just kept doing it, and I was like, "You're right, mate." And then he started filming me. And I was just like, at that point just walked over to the till, and he was like, "Yo, Squash, say something to my friends." And I was just like, "Hi guys, whatever." So I've left the shop. They left a couple minutes before me, and I can see them like kind of waiting around the shop, like, for me. And I thought, my house is literally like 3 doors up from the shop.
Shit.
Fucking hell. I don't want to walk up my road. So I've kind of walked up the other side of my road, and I could then see them like poke their heads around the corner, and they're watching me to see where I go into. So I did a bit of diversion, but it's a cul-de-sac, so there's not many. Do you know what I mean? They were watching me, man. Do you know what I mean? I went to the levels of walking up the neighbour's drive and then climbing over into my driveway and then going through the front door, thinking, "Please."
Oh shit!
So we did that, right? I got into my room. The other thing is, I live in a bungalow. My bedroom's at the front of the house, and the windows, like big bay window. So if they walk past the house, they can see me in my room. So I got home, literally shut the curtains. I was like, told my girlfriend what happened. The next day, I kept getting bombarded by him on live. Follow me back, follow me back, follow me back. And I was just like, no, I'm not going to do that. And he said, "Follow me back, I'll leak your address." And I thought,
what?
That's not
I was like,
right.
I was actually sat at dinner with my girlfriend. That was it. I'd been on live, gone off, and then he DM'd me saying, "Look, if you don't follow me back, I'm going to leak your address." And I thought,
what is fucking wrong with people?
I know, right? So then what I did is I got my girlfriend to message him, because he posted it on his story, and he'd done a video basically being like, "Message me for Squash's address." So she commented and said, "Can I have it?" He DM'd her like, "Yeah, you can have his address. Why do you want it?" And she was just like, "Oh, I think he's really cute. I want to go meet him." Bro just dropped my full address. Like, he'd obviously watched me. He told her what cars were outside, the number on the house, the number on the road.
Harassment.
Everything. Yeah, and I was just
horrendous.
Like, stalking.
You know, mate, innit?
Did
I
you
was just
report
like,
it?
I honestly didn't know what to do, because it was a child. I was a bit like, what? Like, it's such a weird situation to be in, isn't it? Because realistically, if I go to the police, they're going to go, "There's not really much we can do." And, and I was just, and I live with my mum and dad. It's my mum's place, and I'm like, I don't want to be in this position where like people start knocking on the door, or you see it so often, like people sending stupid amounts of deliveries to people's houses, especially on stream. Do you know what I mean? If I become, when I become a bigger streamer, and that my address then gets leaked, then, do you know what I mean? At the time, it was all right, because follow, like no one really cared. But it's like when I'm streaming and someone's got that address, I'm a bit like,
isn't there
There's
a
been
thing with streamers called swatting? Like
swatting, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Like that's. Have any of you heard of that?
No.
Where, like they've gotten streamers' addresses and then called, obviously based in the US, and called like a SWAT team to say like there's a bomb scare at this address. So while they're live streaming, the SWAT team come running in, and all the viewers get to see it. Like
literally
just
fully armed, like
and
machine
this is
guns.
so frightening.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
There's a
You are
few
putting yourself in
people-
a vulnerable position. That's what I didn't realize that. Honestly, I didn't until things like getting recognized out and about and like that happened, and I'm like, oh shit, man. Like when you start off, you don't think it's gonna go well, really. You're not like, oh, I'm gonna be in this position, and then all of a sudden you're in it, and it's a bit like, shit, man. I've got.
Mate,
Do you know
I'm
what I mean?
so sorry you were in
That's
that
the
position.
only
That must have
bad
been so
one. Like,
frightening.
there's been hundreds of great ones. Like everyone I've met have been lovely. It's just they're kids. Do you know what I mean? They're obviously.
There's a
just
few
trying to-
influencers here actually as well, Squash. Sorry. They have kids and stuff, and they've been on TikTok for like months, and I'm not going to mention who they are, obviously, but they have kids, and they've had to up and leave their houses. They've had people
That's
harass
insane,
them,
yeah.
call, message, and like they've got
It's-
children.
It's
like stuff you need to
people on
think about
internet
the
don't
future
care.
as well. Like it's not.
100%, yeah. That's
it's not
like
safe.
I've got a girlfriend. I don't have her on anything like
Yeah.
social medias and stuff because I just like at the start she was like we had the conversation and I was just like I don't want like she on my Instagram there's photos of her, you can't see her face or her name or anything, and I've just been like I don't want to get that mixed over because people are like
Probably the smart. That's probably the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Because there are arseholes online, and
100%.
there's going to be, no matter who it is, there's going to be people that will like say bad shit to people, and there's going to be that element of guilt on your behalf then as well, because you'll be like, fuck, what have I let her in for?
I've got
right.
a friend on TikTok who's in a relationship, and they had a relationship on TikTok. And someone a girl messaged his girlfriend basically being like, your boyfriend cheated on you and slept with me the other weekend. Didn't happen at all.
What?
Guy didn't know this girl. Yeah, exactly. And it's like they've now took all their relationship stuff off TikTok. And I was speaking to him the other day, and he was like, mate, I'm not putting anything on socials of me and my girl anymore. And it's like, well, yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
It's a shame that you can't celebrate that relationship, but at the same time, with this being your job as well, like with any job, you still have a private life.
100%. Yeah.
The blurred line really of being an influencer and
especially
having that private
streaming
life.
do you know what I mean? Like you've got to be so open and honest, and then I do try and keep like my life private, do you know what I mean? And it is hard because then you want to be authentic, do you know what I mean? You want to show the true sides of yourself to people, but then it's like you're also shielding back like stuff.
Squash, in some of your videos you've touched on your experience of being bullied. What type of effect has that had on you?
To be honest, I think it's kind of made me a bit more thick-skinned, like in all honesty, and now it really doesn't affect me. In school it did a lot. I had a big injury to my face when I was 6 years old, which resulted in my nose bone basically coming out of my nose and never growing back. Yeah, innit? So I've got no bone in my nose, and my top jaw is pushed back like 5 millimeters. So basically my top jaw hasn't grown forward since I was 6 years old, since I had the injury. So I went back to school after that, and to be honest, at the start I didn't look that different because when you're that age, your nose hasn't really formed anyway. Got into like later primary school, and I laugh at it now, right? And you can laugh because I can now. But the nickname was Voldemort because of the lack of nose, which to credit,
really?
Wow.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with your face.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Well,
Your nose is fine.
Yeah, I think it's because I've always had shit pointed out about it. I think there is something wrong with it. Do you know what I mean? So many people actually say to me, mate, you can't even tell. But I consciously
There's nothing wrong
see
with your
it.
face.
Do
You
you know
look
what I mean?
normal.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm very like, even the doctor said to me, they were like, you're very lucky that you don't look disproportionate or unfortunate. Do you know what I mean? Because I was actually going to have the surgery. I went through masses and masses of post-surgery, like had so many doctors coming down from London and all sorts of stuff to basically look at how they were going to rebuild my face. But that was when I was like 17 and a teenager, and I was getting the piss taken out of me in school. And once I left school, I was like, I don't care. Do you know what I mean?
You would have gotten it for the wrong reason then.
Exactly, mate. Yeah, and when they showed me that what the process was going to be and how it was going to make me look, I just thought, I'm going to look completely different then. Do you know what I mean? Like that is not what I look like. So, like I said, I think it's made me stronger because now with all the TikTok comments, I'm just like, fair. I can find them funny. Like honestly, the Tyrion Lannister stuff and the other small guy that I get tagged in his videos of him dancing, I think that's fucking hilarious because
I've not seen
honestly, oh, you need to see that. There is an uncanny resemblance to the point where I've showed my mum and she just did this thing. I went, Mum, everyone's saying I look like this small guy. What do you think? And I showed her the screen, and honestly, she was trying so hard not to laugh. She just went silent.
That's when you know it's right.
Yeah.
When your
and I
mom
was
is
like,
saying it.
"Are you joking?" And another time I was watching a film, and my mum and dad were watching a film, and I walked past, and there was a smaller gentleman on the screen, and I just stopped for a second and looked in, and I went, oh, "Fucking hell, you know what? I actually kind of do look like that." And my mum and dad lost it. They were pissing themselves, and they were like, I don't want to say it. I'm like, look, you got to be able to like take the piss out of yourself. I think once you start taking the piss out of yourself, it's harder for other people to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Did you say film?
Film, yeah.
That was very
Film?
Irish.
That's what we say. Film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what everyone says in the West Midlands.
No, it's film.
No, it's film.
It's
I kind of
film.
flip between the two, to be honest.
It's film.
That's like where
Something
what
bloody
people
wrong
say
with
in
you.
Dudley. Film. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice I did that, to be honest.
Might be a
Yeah.
Brummie
It changes. It creeps
well.
out. Yeah, I don't know.
So
Yeah,
you
Birmingham
got
definitely.
The nose thing. So
Yeah.
you've got no
So
cartilage in it.
no, so yeah, where my eyebrow stops here, in person you can feel like there is a drop in a ridge. So from here down to here, there is like I'll show you. Like on camera, there's nothing there at all. Like
Ooh.
literally nothing in my nose.
Yeah.
And then my top jaw.
Oh yeah, because you can
is
feel like
regressed.
the hard bit.
Exactly. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
literally not. I can.
We're all
like,
touching
twist
our
it and
noses now.
everything.
Oh, you
It's
got a
like, yeah.
Daniela Westbrook nose.
Yeah, it's like it's like that. Look, it's so. It really affected me as a kid, to be honest. When it first happened, I was really upset because going to school with a massive like face change and injury straight away, there was things being said. As I grew up, I kind of got used to it and it wasn't like I had like a fully developed nose anyway. Like there was a massive difference. It's just you notice things as you go on. Like the thing about my jaw, I didn't know about that until I went to get braces. So when I'd first did the incident, the doctors weren't very good at all, to be honest. I was in and out of A&E, and when I went to get my braces, the orthodontics went to do it and was like, your top jaw's crazy far back. And I was like, what? And they did an x-ray of my skull. Honestly, it's one of the scariest things I've ever seen. Like my actual skull, there is just a dent in the middle and it's really visible. And I saw that and was literally like,
Yeah,
it
that's
knocked
frightening.
me sick. And that's when I wanted the surgery. And that's when I was going through with all that. Because at the time I was an insecure teenager. There was, do you know what I mean? All sorts of stuff. And it was a bit like, I want to have this surgery, but I'm so glad I didn't do it.
It's almost like when it's not visible to you, like you wouldn't be able to notice it like facially.
Yeah.
But if you see it in an X-ray, it's like,
Yeah,
is that
exactly.
really like,
yeah,
you know, is that
exactly. And
there?
that's what the doctor said to me. They were like, "You're so lucky. Like, it's as if your face has filled the gaps in with skin. Like, I've got loads of skin on my face. Like, it's really like weird. And I think it's because one, obviously, a point in the nose would have took up more skin.
Yeah.
And it's like, luckily, it's kind of filled the gaps in. But when you see my skeleton, it really did scare me. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a skiing accident that had happened on squash, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I just moved to Bournemouth, and my only friend at the time, it was a 6th birthday party, and there was like one of those like false fake skiing places down in Bournemouth. We went there, and I was basically on a ski bob, and I'd gone down fine. There's a few issues on the day, like I always had a big head as a kid. I feel like I've only just grown into my head, right?
So's
And,
Jake.
And Rachel.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And James.
Yeah, so they gave me an adult helmet as a 6-year-old child, right? So I remember going down this hill and I was like, this helmet kept sliding around. And as I came back up, long story short, you kind of clip yourself onto a conveyor belt. And there was a lack of staff on the day. So my friend's, whose birthday party was, his auntie was running the
So
conveyor
it's a
belt
parent,
of
isn't
children, right? Yeah. I went down backwards. The helmet fell over my eyes. I smashed into it. And instantly, like, I remember I was 6 years old. I've gone into a brick wall, smashed my face. The key things that stood out, one, no one was around me. It wasn't like people flocked over, right? I was on my own I remember being on my own, and I actually walked myself back up the ski hill, right?
What
And
the fuck?
yeah, exactly.
You're
At the
6 years
time,
old here.
6 years old, right? There's hardly any staff at the skiing place, so I remember going into it, and the impact was just like it's insane how much I remember. But my face was just hot.
Did you go unconscious or anything?
Nah, I actually didn't. No, I don't know if the helmet stuck, because the helmet basically went across here, and you can feel the line where my face went into it and where the helmet protected it. Like,
Jesus.
honestly, there's a big. So anyway, I've gone into it. My face felt hot, and I remember going like that. I've looked into my hand, and it's just blood. And I got myself off the ski bob again. No one's around me, and I'm walking up the hill, and I can just see blood and like this weird yellow stuff pouring into my hand.
Oh no!
At that point, first aid came over, and I don't really remember for a bit what happened. I remember being in the first aid room, and another thing that stuck out, they gave me, obviously because I'd smashed my face, I'd split all my lips. So all my gums were just completely smashed up. Both my lips had split in half, completely open. Really nasty injury, right? They brought me a can of Coke.
What?
And as a 6-year-old kid, I remember thinking, are you fucking like joking me?
How are you going to drink that?
Exactly. I said that. I literally remember saying, how am I meant to drink that? And she gave me a straw. And still to this day, I look back at that and think, what the fuck were they thinking? You've just cut your mouth, like, you're giving me a fizzy drink. Like,
it reminds me of like an old Irish mammy's like cure was like giving you a warm flat 7-Up. That was
mine
like
was still Coke. Mine was like flat Coke. If I was ever ill, my mum would get us a bottle of Coke, leave it open all day, and then be like, drink that, and it would be just unfizzy Coke, and she'd be like, that made you feel better. But yeah, not that day, it didn't. And then my mum walked in because my mum wasn't at the birthday party; she'd gone home. My dad was in Bournemouth at the time, and they phoned my mum and said, "Oh, Joshua's had an injury. You need to come pick him up from first aid." That's all they said. So my mum's thinking, "Oh, he's grazed his elbow." Do you know what I mean? What kids do? She just walked in, and honestly, I remember she just looked at me, screamed, like literally, like went white, and was just like. And then I was then like, "No, is it that bad?" Do you know what I mean?
Did you find out what the fluid, the yellow fluid was? Was it synovial fluid?
That was the cartilage in my nose.
Oh no!
Yeah. So it just poured out into my hands, man. It was really bad.
What was the recovery like period for that?
It was a long time, to be honest. Completely unrelated. My mum had actually booked a trip to Disneyland Paris for us because we just moved to Bournemouth, so it was a bit of a thing for the big move. So she took us to Paris, Disneyland, about 2 weeks after, and I just couldn't enjoy it because I wasn't allowed to go on most of the rides. Sleeping was insane. Like, obviously, I didn't know this, but the snoring, because when I'd first done it, it literally crushed all my sinuses and all like my wind passages. I couldn't breathe through my nose for a long time, so I was just snoring and breathing through my mouth. And we went to Disney with the family, and my mum actually had to ask the hotel to move us away from the rest of the family because through the hotel walls they could just hear me like snoring away. It was like a pug, like a really loud pug, like that for months and months. And I didn't go to school for ages. I had double black eyes when I was in Disney. Like the photos of me in Disney, I was just like, my nose is all swat. It was a shame. Looking back, I'm like, bloody hell, mate, like that was crazy injury.
Do you snore much now?
I actually don't. Nah, and funny enough, I breathe through my nose constantly. Like, I actually trained myself to breathe through my nose because until I was like 17, I was just always breathing through my mouth. And like, my friends were always like, "Mate, you chill out." And I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, we'd be walking, and I'm like, like, "What? Breathe through your nose?" And I was like, "What do you mean breathe through your nose?" And they're like, "That's what we do." And I was like, "Oh, right, okay, yeah, I'll give that a go." Now, to be fair, I've got that skill locked in now. The nose works.
Nice. So, Squash, what's a topic that you'd never discuss on your platform?
Oh, that's a good question, actually.
Juicy.
Politics.
Yeah.
Or maybe politics a better way of asking it would be, what's one thing your mom would never let you post on your TikTok?
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, there's two things, right? And I'll tell you both. The first thing is, I actually lost my driver's license 3 months ago.
Oh.
I was not drink driving. That is one thing I will say. And I was completely sober when I got pulled over. It was a test that came up negative from something that happened in days previous, and I got a 12-month ban. So I kept that off TikTok, right, because of certain reasons. The other thing's politics, which I think is a shame, because I think people should be able to go onto social media, especially when you have a platform, and say, this is how I feel about this, without it affecting things like, oh, brands aren't going to work with me, these people are going to comment this. And it's a shame that, like, in this society, you can't have your own opinion. Like, if I went onto TikTok and said the things that I actually believe in with what's going on in the world at the minute, you're going to have so many people that go, yeah, this is great, you're using the platform for the right thing. But most of the sponsors, which unfortunately is how creators make their money, are going to go, we're not working with him.
It's hard.
It's such a moral dilemma, mate.
I've seen people being cancelled.
Exactly, yeah.
Speaking about politics, it's happening
even
right
recently,
now on TikTok.
Jimmy Kimmel, mate. It's like,
Jimmy Kimmel.
Really? Like, you've got the president of America going for people's heads saying, gone, mate. And it's like, it's a shame that you're in that situation, because there's so many times where I wanted to speak about things, and then it's just like, I also then think I'm trying to be a comedian. Why do I need to try and preach my views and beliefs onto people? But then at the same time, it's like if you're trying to be an influencer and be someone with a platform, you should be able to say, I agree with this, I disagree with this, and have a discussion instead of it being like, you're right wing, you're left wing, and just have an actual discussion with people. I think it would solve a lot of issues if people just accepted that people have different opinions and it's all right.
Yeah. It's hard though, isn't it? Because then some people might see it as you pushing it upon other people.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, I've unfollowed people because of their political stance.
So have I, yeah.
And it's, it's such a toughie.
Yeah.
Such a toughie.
I saw a video recently and a guy wasn't even being majorly, it's a TikToker from Liverpool. I saw him post a video recently talking about just basically what's been going on in the world the last few days. It wasn't very heavily sided. And so many people were on there basically saying, oh, I thought you were one of the good ones. I'm on following all this. And it's like, it's a shame that you can't just have these conversations. But
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, going off the back of that, how would you react if like your social platform were permanently shut down or cancelled tomorrow?
Yeah, it's a worry. Honestly, that's one of the biggest things I stress about it because it's such a shame that I've worked so hard at something that could so easily just be gone. Do you know what I mean? If I say something TikTok I don't like, the account's gone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is scary. That's why I'm trying to diversify onto other platforms. I'm moving on, trying to push at the minute I'm trying to push Twitch and streaming, also YouTube down the line, because I just think nothing lasts forever. And like I've said before about the TikTok RPM and their pay system, I don't really know how much longer I've got earning a livable income, not substantial, a livable income off of TikTok every month. Because last month I had to get 52 million views just to get enough money to pay my bills and have a couple £100 a week to spend. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think you're being smart about it, being really savvy. And that's,
you have to be,
that's clever.
Yeah, you've got to look 2 steps ahead all the time.
100%, mate. You got to expect the worst case. Honestly, you do. Like, if my TikTok went tomorrow, realistically, I'd go back to work and I'd get back into the trades. And do you know what I mean? That's always because realistically, the goal is to earn money and go into like house renovations, which is what I've come up through. Do my own house up. That's like the all-time goal. But if it all went to shit, then I'd quite humbly go back. Do you know what I mean? Like so many people were like, like this isn't like when I quit my job, I did a video and I posted it on TikTok, and so many comments were like, you're gonna be back at work in a month, and why have you quit your job? And I get so much shit for it, and I'm like, all I wanted to do is if this doesn't work, I can look back at it and go, I gave it 100%. Because when I was working, I was doing 50 hours a week on building sites, coming home at 5, going live at 6, filming a TikTok, and then live from till 10, 11 at night, sleeping for 5 hours, waking up at 6 and going, do you know what I mean? It was just, I was putting 30% of my energy into TikTok. So in my head, I thought, if I can put 100, then at least I know I've tried to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I end up, do you know what I mean?
Look, one door closes, another one opens, no matter how hard it is. Like, we're all human and these things happen. And if we have to move on, do something else, we will.
100%, yeah.
So that's it. You'll be grand.
Yeah. Well, at this moment in time, things are going up for you, as we've said before. And recently you've been shortlisted for the upcoming Social Media Influencer Awards.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. I couldn't believe that. Yeah. I sent it to my manager when I saw the post and was like, is this real? Because I was this doesn't look real, man. Because I was just a bit confused. I saw it come up on my tagged Instagram post, and it was it's a National Social Media Award for the upcoming influencer. I just couldn't believe it because I've seen like Mashtag Brady won one last year for like the best travel influencer, and I remember watching that video of him winning that, and now I'm going to this event on the 20th, literally in a month tomorrow, and I'm just like, what? I'm going to a red carpet event full of influencers, which is what I've been saying this whole pod. Like I'm trying to network with these influencers.
Yeah.
It was just so real. And then I put it all over my socials, asking people to go and vote for me. And the amount of people that like from my actual real life that actually went and did it, I was really like grateful for that, because there is that weird thing of like my friends are all so supportive, but then I don't really expect them to be like watching my videos, and do you know what I mean? Because we kind of keep it separate. Like when I'm with my friends, I try not to really talk about TikTok, because for one thing, I don't want to be that guy of like, oh, he's a TikToker and that's all I'm going on about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was such an honor, and all of them are just so like, so many of my friends message me and they're like, mate, that's insane. And I'm like, Yeah,
you need to go as the creepy manager.
Yes.
What are you saying, girl?
Yeah, that's a shame. The shame with the creepy manager is the brands just don't like him, which I get, right? But then it's like, oh, come on, it's
tongue in cheek.
satire. Yeah, 100%. And I did a video, and I'm like, I'm trying to do this to kind of make the reason I do like all these creepy videos and like creepy guys and stuff is to try to bring it to light, to like either make girls realize what their manager's doing is actually really weird, because I've exactly what it happens. What those videos that I'm making, they're satire, but they happen. Like I've worked.
That's why people love them.
Bars. I know, yeah, because it's real. But I've worked in cocktail bars. I've worked in McDonald's. I've worked in Tesco. I've worked in so many places where there is this weird dynamic between managers and younger female staff, and it's like that shouldn't be fucking going on.
You've got it so spot on though, where they're doing the message and then it's suddenly a picture.
Just seeing your story. You haven't responded back to me.
Replied to me. Yeah.
Oh god.
So for our listeners and viewers on YouTube, how can they vote? Because I think we've got just enough window to get the votes in for you.
Yes, you do. So it's up until the 22nd of October. You can vote via the NSFA Instagram page. There's a post dedicated to me, which you can comment on, and that locks in your vote. Or you can click the link in their bio, and it will take you to a voting page, and on there you can just vote. It's completely free. And
get on it.
Yeah,
we'll be getting on it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks guys. Thank you.
If you're listening to this on whatever platform you're getting this podcast, we'll have the link in the description.
Thank you guys.
Make sure you click it. So Squash, where do you see yourself like a year from now? Do you think it's like still building the TikTok, or branching out into bigger platforms, like really investing in the Twitch, still doing the character stuff? Like, where do you see yourself?
It's such a hard question. Like, I try and think of it myself. Like, if you asked me a year ago, what would you be doing in a year? I would have never, ever in a million years sat on a podcast and have this growing social media influence. I never would have said that. In a year's time, I would love to be moved out of my mum and dad's house as much as I love them. I'm 23 now.
You just built a studio, though.
I know. That's why I'm kind of like, my mum's buzzing because she's like, you're
just
not going
take the roof off.
Yeah.
Pop it down.
You could do one of those videos where like you smash it up, not leaving it here. You didn't pay for it.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, don't pay, take it away. But no, yeah. Seriously, in a year's time, YouTube and Twitch is one. I want those to be my main platforms, not TikTok so much. I want to diversify. I want to be doing travel content, vlogs, and I want to be a big UK streamer. And I am going to do those things because that's what's got me this far. Speak into existence. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll be following and watching, so don't you worry.
Yeah, I love it.
Squash, I'd like to do a quick rapid fire question round with you, if that's okay. Are you up for that?
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Okay,
mate.
right. Here we go. Night out or night in?
Night in.
Night in. Mackey's or Nando's?
Nando's.
Yes.
Oh, really? And you worked at Mackey's?
I worked at McDonald's for 3 years, mate. I got my McDonald's badge right behind me, mate. I've eaten enough of that.
Right. Best grand, kebab or curry?
Curry.
Oh. Worst job you've ever had?
Honestly, I'm going to say Tesco's. I hated that. Tesco's.
Every little helps.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Is that not Asda? Oh, I don't know.
Is it Asda?
No,
It might be.
Asda's is... I don't know. No, every little helps is definitely
or
Tesco's.
something.
Asda's is something.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored, yeah.
First thing you'd buy if you won the lottery?
Ooh.
Or my mum, I'd honestly buy my mum a house, and that, I'm not even just saying that, genuinely.
Love that. I think I'd do the same.
Yeah.
Funniest Arsenal player?
Funniest?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to really like Hector Bellerin just because of his really strange, like Spanish London accent. I just used to think that was great. Yeah. It's quite good looking, Danny. Have a look.
Oh. Okay.
Let's perch your ears up.
Someone else.
Who's funnier, you or your twin?
My twin.
Oh.
I've always thought it was a funnier one between us. I honestly have.
That's nice. Biggest ick?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Oh, chewing your mouth open, man. Oh, that actually spoils my piss, mate. Honestly, just shut your mouth. Yeah, really does my head in that.
What's more painful, a hangover or a leg day?
Oh, honestly, I'm gonna say hangovers because I can't hack it. I just can't. I'm not a massive drinker, and when I do, I'm like the biggest baby ever.
Yeah. Well, leg day wouldn't be too bad for you because you live in a bungalow.
That is true. Yeah. Not now though. I got to come up the loft.
Oh yeah, true. You'll have to get you a rope and pulley for leg day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
TikTok ban tomorrow. YouTube or OnlyFans?
You've seen how much money these OnlyFans guys are making, man. Nah, I'm sticking with YouTube.
YouTube, right?
Yeah.
What's your best squashism?
Oh, my facial expressions, like that one's a pretty good one. Like whenever what? That one. Just my dirty looks. Definitely. That's got to be up there. All my dirty looks. I'm very facially expressive.
What about? Who would play you in a movie?
Oh, easy. There's an actor that people think I look like. His name is. Don't know. He's from
Game of Thrones.
Oh my god.
Sorry,
Jesus Christ!
The guy from Game of Thrones. Sorry. I love him.
I love
like,
that.
I
love
absolutely
that.
love Tyrion.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
love him.
Tyrion Lannister. Locked in answer.
Yes. Did you ever see him in the movie where he goes across the table and he launches himself?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Who wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah.
What were you going to say though?
Oh, I can't. The film is
Sorry.
It's got Jennifer Aniston in it, and they smuggle loads of drugs over the border or something in a big RV.
How's it We're the Millers?
With the Millers?
Yeah, the son from
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
The fake son.
Oh,
I can't remember
yeah.
his name, but I get
We
that.
only
Yeah.
actually watched them last night in Maze Runner.
Oh, no way.
Oh.
Yeah, him. Yeah, people
Will
think I look like
Pouter.
that. Yeah, Will
Is it Will
Pouter.
Pouter?
Yes.
He looks like that evil
Yeah, I can
kid
see
in
it,
Toy Story,
actually.
though.
He does. Yeah, Sid.
Yeah.
Okay, what's worse, bad Wi-Fi or no hot water?
Oh.
That's a
We didn't
hard
have
one.
hot water all of winter last year. Our boiler went, man. I've got to say no hot water because cold showers were rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 4G is pretty good. 5G as well.
Yeah, true.
Who's the goat of TikTok?
Oh, that's tough. I actually think Italian Batch. I just think he's just the most unique, funny person on the app.
Right. Okay, and the last one. Who's the most gassed out of the podcast hosts today?
The most what?
Gassed.
Gassed?
Gassed. As in
What's
what?
that mean?
Yeah, what does gassed mean?
I thought that
Like
was
funniest
that
or
was
just someone who's not funny?
I don't even
don't
know.
know.
I'm,
What are these?
like all the
So you
words
got
that you say.
Balancing. What's balancing mean?
Balancing.
You're
What?
balancing.
Have I said that?
Yeah. You've also said pressed.
Pressed. Oh, yeah, that's like angry, yeah. It's like pressed. Yeah, he's
Gassed.
a bit angry. Gassed. Oh, yeah, gassed, like excited. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I will.
Crashing out.
Crashing out, yeah, just getting angry
Scran.
again.
Leng.
Yeah. Leng, yeah. Oh, wow,
And
you've actually done a whole. I love
Passy
that.
princess.
Passy
but I
princess,
prefer.
yeah, that's up there, yeah. That's up there.
So who's the most gassed?
Danny, I'm gonna go with you. I think you yeah, I like the energy. And there's no disrespect to anyone else. I have honestly loved this so
No,
much.
fuck you,
Every
Squash.
disrespect
Fuck you.
to the
Yeah.
rest of you.
It's actually really not. I've had such a good time with all
Right
of you.
answer.
Yeah, I had to pick.
And that's all for this week. Thank you. Well, that is all for the rapid fire round. So thanks for
Lovely.
playing along.
Sorry for hurting feelings if I did.
No, it's all good.
So I am quiz queen this week, and it's up to you guys to answer all of my little questions. There only is 5 or 6, I think. Can we start
which is
with
it?
buzzers, please?
Is it 5 or 6? I need to know.
Okay,
Oh,
it's
it'll be a
5.
tiebreaker one, won't
It's
it?
5. 6 will be a
Okay.
tiebreaker.
Right.
So
Lovely.
Squash, can I hear your buzzer, please?
I think it's only one thing it can be. Is That's
Ah.
not
Say what?
Ah.
Say what? Fucking quit Mackies, man.
Oh, fuck. I
Oh.
just pressed my buzzer. I tried to do that.
Jake, let's hear yours.
That's astonishing. It's absolutely
Football one.
class.
Like it.
Yeah. Bit of a
What
FIFA
is that?
Danny?
reference.
It's
Oh.
football commentary.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
That's mine.
Lovely.
And lastly but not least, the melter, James.
Well, you already heard it there.
Oh, for fuck's sake, why did they even fucking quit Mackies, man?
I rate that.
I love it.
That's some
I
research.
love it. Are we ready for question 1?
Yes.
Yeah. What material is typically made from gypsum plaster, wrapped in cardboard, and often considered as a fundamental
Fuck's sake, why did they even
material
fucking quit Mackies, man.
James?
Plasterboard.
No, if you listen to the whole question.
Fuck.
Oh, it's a buildery question.
It is. So I'll say it again. What material is typically made from gypsum plaster wrapped in cardboard? Oh, Squash?
Multi-finish.
What is multi-finish?
What is that?
It's like a bag of plaster.
Material for framing a building. So is it multi-finish?
Taste the biscuit. Taste
Danny?
the goodness of the biscuit.
The only thing is it drywall?
Yeah.
That's plasterboard.
That's plasterboard. I'm gonna
Is
VAR.
it?
I'm gonna back
That's
James.
plasterboard.
Yeah.
Is that
Oh.
what that? I was looking for drywall. So
Americans call it drywall.
You're a
So-
dry shite, not giving me the answer.
all right. Well, since Squash is the guest, he's getting the point.
What?
That's sad. Yes.
I'm the quiz queen, so yeah. I say
thought it was
what?
different.
What goes? Ready for question 2?
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Who is Arsenal's all-time top goal scorer?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Thierry Henry.
Scott?
Oh,
Yeah, too
Yes,
easy.
it
Yeah,
is.
Come on. He's right. His shirt's right behind me. That's his
Oh,
shirt.
yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed
That
that
says
earlier on,
Henry.
actually.
Hey, I was going to say, Danny's probably like, who's Henry?
French. Henry.
Thierry Henry. It's French.
Oh.
Henry?
Yeah. Henry.
Can't remember the
Tonk, tonk,
advert. Vavavoom, Danny.
Vavavoom.
Yeah.
What is
No.
the French of vavavoom?
No.
No?
No, you've no shit
Okay.
to say quoi.
All right, question 3. How many minutes per day does the average person use TikTok?
Oh, for fuck's sake, why did they
Taste the
fucking quit Mackies, man?
James?
Did you say hours?
How many minutes per day?
Minutes. 120.
Ooh. No.
Come on.
Sorry.
Come on.
Any other guesses? I think Johnny was in there next.
12?
No. Sorry.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say
What?
26 minutes.
Ooh.
How many
Is
Sorry,
this-
Squash.
averages?
No.
Is this
Right.
a euphemism?
I'm going to go for 65.
Oh, specific.
Closest to was Jake, so 52.
Oh,
Oh, you got it.
what is it,
52
52?
minutes.
Honestly, I was gonna say 60 minutes. I thought, no, that's too long.
Closest to was Jake.
That's a long time.
52 minutes on average. But then you could be on scrolling and you fall into
That's
the
true.
Oh,
fall
man,
into
I'm
the
not
rabbit hole,
even
don't
gonna-
you?
I'm not even gonna look at what mine is. Like, I do not
Same.
want to know. It's gonna be hours a day.
All right, question number 4. Which famous author is buried in Bournemouth?
Ooh.
Danny?
Enid Blyton?
Who's that? Who's Enid Blyton?
Oh my god.
For fuck's sake, why did they even fucking
Squash?
quit Mackies, man?
Oh, who was
Is
it?
it Mary?
Who was
oh,
that?
I think it was James. To be honest, I'm gonna let James.
All
go.
right,
I'm
okay.
just I was just going to guess Agatha Christie.
No. All right, Squash.
I'm gonna say, is it Mary Shelley?
It is, yeah. She was
Oh,
buried at
is
St.
she
Peter's
really?
Church.
Yeah, she wrote Frankenstein. I think.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's buried in Bournemouth.
Honestly, let me tell you the reason I know this is because there is a Weatherspoons opposite her grave called the Mary Shelley with a big Frankenstein head.
Stop.
Yeah,
That's-
genuinely. Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
what
That's
makes you remember
class.
facts. Is by
Yeah,
the
that's
Weatherspoons.
why I knew that. Because I was like, that's why I was literally sat here like, what's the Weatherspoons called? Mary Shelley.
Last question. He's ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
In total, how many likes has Squash's videos on TikTok alone had to the nearest million?
Oh, for fuck's sake, why did they even fucking quit Mackies?
Was that James?
That's Jake, isn't it?
No,
Or
I
is
think
it James?
I think James
I
got in
thought it
just
was-
before me.
I'm going to say 5 million.
5?
Was
I
this
don't
all,
know.
Is this all time? Yeah.
All time.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
how many
I-
likes does
I
Squash's
thought you said
video?
this week.
No.
I know the answer, so I'm gonna let everyone else
Okay.
go.
Jake,
Jake
what
was
was your
next.
verdict?
I'm going for 11 million.
Nope. Sorry, that's incorrect. Danny, do you want to give a pop at it before Squash?
Was it likes?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many likes?
I think it's high. Oi! I'm going to go 112 million.
Oh, Danny, you've made it look shit now. He's gone so high. Everyone else is dancing. So I was
That
like, okay,
high.
cool. This is no, unfortunately.
All right, Squash, can you confirm if you know?
The answer is 32 million.
Absolutely. 32.1 million.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Is
amazing.
Mental, innit? It's insane. So
32. How many millions of people are there in the world?
7 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've
In the,
literally...
UK,
still
though,
like
in the UK, the population is about 72 million.
Yeah.
So like about
Wow.
half of the UK. Yeah. No,
Oh my
crazy.
god.
That's
mental.
The winner of this week's quiz is Squash.
Come on, guys.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very
And that
much.
comes to the closure of this episode. So thank you so much for coming on with us.
Absolutely,
We really
yeah.
appreciate it
Thank
and
you,
taking the
mate.
time.
Thank you
Really
so much,
appreciate
guys,
it.
for
You've
having
been
me. It has been a
Yeah.
pleasure.
You've been
I
so
definitely will
good.
come back. We'll definitely do this again, guys. I really
100%.
really have.
And
yeah,
that's when
100%.
they'll come back when you have the 152 million likes.
Hopefully, yeah, I know, yeah, hopefully.
You will.
GTA 6 might be out before then, though, so
There we
hopefully
go.
we can do that. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I really
Cheers,
enjoyed
man.
every
Really
minute of this.
appreciate it.
It's been
Yeah,
great.
thank you.
You're
mate.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I want to thank all the listeners for listening and all the watchers for watching. And we'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, there's plenty more where that came from.
So hit subscribe and don't miss the next Unhinged Confessional.
And hit that bell icon and turn on notifications. Trust me, next week's episode is wild.
Are you still here? Click that video already. You know you want to.